All right, good afternoon, everyone. This is Mr. Blackburn coming at you live. And today we're actually going to do some current events. And so I know there's been a lot of talk about COVID-19. And so I know you all are probably tired of hearing about that. So a lot of the current events, some are related to it, but then some are going to be about other issues and topics. Like this first one here, as you all can see. This is from Al Jazeera website. And right now, today's date is April 13th. And you're seeing that many tornadoes have basically damaged many southern states, going from Mississippi to Louisiana. And right now, it's very sad to report, but there's about 24 people that have been killed. So not only are people battling this coronavirus, but at the same time, tornadoes are taking down houses, and they're also taking the lives of many individuals. And so and think about this, we already have, we are technically in a recession, is what they're telling us. So if you think about many people who are unemployed right now, who are short on funds, and now you have a tornado. So in those states of Mississippi and Louisiana, that's going to require more resources and more money. And so, sad to report, but this is something also that we're seeing that's going to impact not only the southern United States, but the overall United States as a whole, as we look to send resources that way in the South. Second current event, we have another wave of locusts. Now, remember when I told you what locusts are? Locusts are grasshoppers. And what they do is they swarm onto the plants, the crops, and they end up devastating the local food source. And here you see in this article, there's a second wave of locusts in East Africa said to be 20 times worse. So they're saying there's another wave coming. And this is very, very crucial, because these locust grasshoppers are taking the food supply, which is going to cause crops to fail, and then there's going to be an increase in starvation in that area. And you see many people are taking pictures of it. For example, look how they look right there. And boy, I tell you, if you look at some of the videos, you can't even imagine, but they're swarming around like this video right here in this picture. And so we'll wait and see the economic impact that's going to have. But right now, it seems like globally nations are being shaken, right? It seems like many people are not only possibly living in fear, but just battling with the issues that pertain to each day. Meanwhile, over the weekend, Joe Biden won the Alaska primary. And so he's not officially the Democratic nominee, but since Bernie Sanders dropped out this past week, Biden is the only one that's left. And it's interesting to see, because Biden, he is looking for the support of Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders hasn't come out and actually said, yes, we're going to get all behind Joe Biden. And they're hoping, though, that Bernie supporters will unite with Biden supporters, and they'll all be united for the presidential election. You know, speaking of the election, this is interesting too. And I had this thought. The way that this coronavirus is going and all the issues with not only people are losing lives, but the economic impact, this can go two ways. If this virus doesn't clean up, and let's say that it gets better within the next few months leading up to the election, and if it continues to get worse and worse and worse, we could see that the people will call for another president. And Trump may not get reelected if this continues. Now, on the other side, let's say somehow this turns around and money's being poured, industry is going back, and the economy starts to surge back and people are feeling comfortable, Trump may get reelected. Now, this is only on the economic standpoint, but we see that this coronavirus is playing a major part in the election coming up. because as people get more frustrated, and I was watching this report on other countries in Europe, they are looking at these leaders, and if they feel that the leaders are not responding well enough, and that if people aren't getting all their resources, then this could also um, end up having a tremendous toll at the various elections in these countries. So we'll wait and see what happens there. Again, we're only in April, so we have a few more months to go, and we'll wait and see. Next current event. Okay. Oh, what is this? These ads everywhere. Okay, so interesting. Are you all able to find toilet paper? Yes, toilet paper. And you can see from the image there. So remember a few weeks ago, Walmart is claiming that many people, of course, you all know, you've seen this, are swarming. They were swarming the essentials: toilet paper, tissue, hand sanitizers. Now Walmart is reporting people are swarming hair color and clippers. Why would they need hair color, clippers, scissors, etc.? Because people are trying to do their own hair. Yes. What's happening now, just like how they're running out of hand sanitizer, soaps, and disinfectants, now Walmart is reporting they are running out of hair care products because many people, since salons, barbershops have shut down, many people are trying to do their own hair. Look, I haven't gotten a haircut yet, and I'm just going to ride it out and see. If it gets too bad, I'm just going to try to take the clippers and try to cut it myself. So if you see me in the next video, if I'm bald or something, then you know I messed up. But hopefully, I won't have to go that route. All right, last two current events. So here's another one, and notice I'm showing you the source as well, so that way it's a variety of different sources where these news articles are coming from. We have something called the bird flu. So the bird flu has been around for quite a few years. There's been outbreaks that have happened every 6 or 7 years or so. Right now in South Carolina, the industry is scrambling because they are reporting that there is the bird flu, and they had to kill millions of turkeys. Now, this has a couple implications here. One is on the economic impact of the turkey industry. That's one where if the more money they lose, the more they'll have to lay off workers. Another issue is people are concerned, well, can this turn into some of the strains that will somehow jump to humans and then start another virus? Actually, the numbers right here, 50 in 2015, when they had the bird flu similar to this, 50 million poultry had to be killed. And so now they are worried, and they're starting to do that process again because of this bad strain. Which brings up another interesting question. Is it safe to still be eating meat and birds and flesh? And there are many people who are turning to vegan and vegetarian diets because of this, because of the disease that's being seen in the animals. And then lastly, interesting article about vitamin C. So this first came out in China. There was an article. Now, notice this is dated March 24th. But I really wanted to share this one because I think it could be helpful to many. So around March 24th, there was an article that came out in China, and how there's a doctor in China that was using high doses of vitamin C to help cure or to help people that had the coronavirus. Now, since then, it's been widely circulated on the web that vitamin C could help. And of course, they have debunked it and said, well, that's not proven and it may help or not. But what I think is interesting, there's a New York doctor now, and here he is right here. His name is Andrew Weber, and he has started giving his coronavirus patients high doses of vitamin C. Now, this is really high doses. These aren't doses that you would ordinarily take, like I'm going to take 10 vitamin C's in one setting. But what he has noticed, though, with the vitamin C is that those individuals that are getting the vitamin C, they are doing a lot better than the ones that did not receive the vitamin C. You know, vitamin C helps support the immune system. So the question now is, should people be taking vitamin C to help build up their immune? Another question is, how much should they take? And remember, you can get vitamin C in oranges, lemons, apples, all the good fruits that will help build up your immune. And that's what I encourage everyone to do during this time, build up your immune. In fact, if you try to go to your local store, there was a run on the vitamin C's, and a lot of people start to buy vitamin C. So it's something that I would recommend to at least try to help, just in case you start feeling sick or somebody you know. Of course, you're going to probably need more than that, but vitamin C could help. And those are your current events for this week. It gets difficult to make these videos, but I hope you enjoyed these current events and you learned something new. You can look these up, read on your own, and hopefully I will talk to you all soon. And I hope everyone is staying safe and being well. So have a good day. Talk to you guys later.